Hey guys, Jessica here with Home Sweet Farmhouse, and in today's video we're going to be decorating for Halloween inside and outside, and I'm also going to be bringing you a couple really cute and incredibly simple Dollar Tree Halloween DIYs. I kind of went all out last year with the Hocus Pocus DIYs, so I will link that video in the description if you want to check those out. They are included in my decor this year, which you can see some down here, but I don't want to make this video too long. I have a lot to bring you, so let's get right into it. All right, guys, we're gonna start this first DIY. All of these DIYs are gonna be super simple, and everything I'm using pretty much is from the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna start with these miniature photo frames. They're the 2x3, and I grabbed them in the color black. So we're just gonna take the packaging off and take them apart, set the tops aside, and the back part that has the hinge on it, that's what we're gonna be using in the first part of this DIY. So we're just gonna take our apple barrel black paint, or any black paint you have, and we're gonna be painting the inside of the back part of the frame. It's just cardboard, so it's only going to take one coat of paint. It goes on really easy, it dries really quickly, and of course the wonderful thing about DIYs is that it is completely customizable. So whatever, is going to suit your decor best, or whatever colors you like best, you can use. But we are going to be painting all three of these, and you can do 4 if you want. You can just do 1 to try it out. Again, the beauty of DIYs is that you can customize everything. So we're going to paint these black and set them aside. Now, once they have dried, we're going to take the glass out of the frames. I decided against using the glass, and we're going to put the backs back into the frames. So as you can see now, everything is black. The frame is black, and now the backing is also black. Now we're going to be taking this skeleton garland that I also picked up at the Dollar Tree. You get 4 skeletons for $1, and we're going to be taking them off of, removing the packaging, and then it's super simple to get to just use your scissors and cut the top loop off of the skeleton heads that is attaching the garland. I tried to just wiggle it back and forth, but I found it was just quicker and easier to use the scissors. So that's what we're going to be using. And once you do this, I'm going to go ahead and take it off of all 4, because there's really no point in leaving it on the 4th one, even though we're using the 3rd one. And we're going to take our 3 skeletons and put the one aside. I actually wound up using the extra parts, and this extra skeleton and all of the extra parts inside of my dried crow's feet glass jar. But anyway, what we're gonna do is take our skeletons, take our black picture frames, and we're just gonna figure out how we want to position them. For me, I thought it would be really cute to make it kind of look like they were coming up out of this black abyss, or a grave, or however you decide to use it in your decor. So I chose to take my 3 skeletons and show 3 different levels of coming out. So when you first start coming out, and it's just your head and your arms, and then a little bit more of your torso, and then the last one you'll see, or this one that I was showing you, has a leg coming out. So it's like a progression of coming out of the grave. I just thought that was kind of cute and spooky. The joints pop out really easily, but you can use scissors to cut anywhere you want. These cut with scissors really easily, and my hot glue gun is not very good. I need a new one. It's really old and cheap, but it got the job done. So we're just using hot glue to glue down the skeletons. And then when you are done, you get this really creepy progression of skeletons popping up out of the grave. And I'll show you at the end how I use these to decorate around my tiered tray. All right, so the next DIY again is really incredibly simple. I took this eek sign, which actually was not at my Dollar Tree. My mom sent it to me from her Dollar Tree, and I'm just painting it black. Yeah, I did find out that using a smaller brush to get in the little like nooks and crannies was a lot easier, but I really love using foam brushes anytime I can. Like the paint goes on so much quicker and easier. But anyway, use whatever brush you like to use and get into all those little nooks and crannies. I painted everything black. Again, I'm just using the Apple Barrel black paint, which is like, I want to say 59 cents at Walmart for this small container, which is what I have. And just go through and paint everything. Again, you can paint this any color you prefer, but because most of my Halloween decor is black and purple, I went with black. And once you have all of your black paint on, I just went back with a metallic silver and I'm painting the exclamation point. And once I actually put, I think, 2 coats on the exclamation point, and you kind of have to draw out the rounded bottom of the exclamation, but it worked out. And then I went in and put a little bit of detail around the eek. One thing that I didn't show you is that between the exclamation point, like the line and the circle of the exclamation point, I did go back in with a little bit of black paint to kind of show that differentiation, so it looked a little bit cleaner and neater and like a real exclamation point. All right, guys, so for the next DIY, this one again, I love using cards for DIYs. I just love the like photos on cards. So I took this canvas from Dollar Tree and I picked one with a black edge intentionally. If yours is a different color, then you might want to paint it first, but I covered it completely in Mod Podge, and then I took some paper towels and just like tore them up to give it a little bit of texture so it didn't look like the card was popping off of the frame. And now I'm just going around and adding more Mod Podge to make sure it sticks really well to the canvas, and again with the card as well, that I want to make sure it sticks really well and it's not going to pop off. So I'm going back around the edge of the card and adding in just a little bit more of paper towel. You can also use tissue paper, but my tissue paper was in storage because I haven't pulled out any of my Christmas stuff yet. So I'm going around the edge here and just adding in some more paper towel and Mod Podging all of that down really well. And once you get everything coated in Mod Podge, I'm even going to take a really thin layer of Mod Podge over the actual card itself, just to give it a little bit more protection. And again, it is going to dry clear, of course. So I'm going to get everything coated really well in Mod Podge. I went around the edges with some scissors. You can do this with your hands if you prefer to make it look not so even. But after that, while it's drying, I decided, I needed to figure out my embellishments. So I took the card envelope, which was orange, and I took one of the Dollar Tree stencils and I decided on a pumpkin because there's already a pumpkin in the picture, and I stenciled that out, and now I'm just cutting it out, and I'm going to take these metallic Sharpies and kind of embellish that pumpkin and make it look a little nicer, and not just like a piece of cutout paper. So it took a little while to get it cut out because there was a lot of detail to it, but I really liked the way it turned out when I was done. After getting the Sharpie on it and everything, I think I used like a bronzy kind of color, just to embellish it and add a little bit more color, dimension, and texture to the print. So again, I'm just doing all of this while the print, the Mod Podge is drying everywhere. And then I took, once it dried, I don't know why I'm saying yeah a lot. Once it dried, everything was dry, the Mod Podge was all dried up, I took that same Apple Barrel black paint that I've been using, and I'm going through with my foam brush and just getting anything that's white, I'm turning it black basically. And because it is a paper towel that I used, there's some texture to it, so you have to get your layer on and then kind of go back and see if there's any white poking through, which I found some in quite a few places. So make sure to do a couple, go over it a couple of times and make sure that you're getting in all of the little nooks and crannies and turning everything white black or whatever color you choose to use. And I'm gonna go ahead and let the black paint dry once I get it all covered. Now that the black paint is dry, I'm gonna go back in with that silver metallic color paint, as well as I have a Waverly, I think it's Elephant is the gray color. Then I'm going to go over just to add a little bit more dimension to the color. And I know it kind of looks bright against the black right here, but it is going to kind of wash out a little bit. And once all of that dries, I'm just going to embellish. I'm using this spooky metallic print from Dollar Tree. I'm adding the pumpkin. And then this little witch's hat is a sticker, which was also something I found in a pack of stickers at the Dollar Tree. So everything on here is from the Dollar Tree. Now, if you're feeling particularly lazy, and sometimes I do, I just took a Dollar Tree frame. Again, it is black. And I'm taking another one of the cards that I found at the Dollar Tree. These are, a lot of their cards are 50 cents a piece, so not even $1. So this one is only $1.50. Taking off the backing, adding in that really cute card, putting the backing back on, and I mean, it's simple, and yes, I was lazy, but it's also really stinking cute. So not everything has to be difficult. Not everything has to be time consuming. So now let's get to decorating, guys. Now I started outside, and of course, gotta clean before you can decorate. I went ahead and cleaned off my bench. It was overdue for a cleaning, and let me tell you, a week later, now that I'm doing the editing for this video, it's dirty again. But anyway, so clean everything up, get everything out. My favorite way to do this is just get everything out that you're using and pull anything out of the space you don't want to use for this seasonal decor, and start working with everything you have pulled out. You know, if you don't have everything pulled out at the beginning, I feel like, you know, I miss out. Like I find something a week later and then I have no place to put it. Anyway, so I got my crates stacked up the way I wanted. I just used some Rubbermaid containers to kind of add some height inside of this one crate, because I don't know what it was this year. I don't feel like pumpkin selection was as great this year as it was last year. I got most of my pumpkins from Trader Joe's, but I feel like they had better pumpkins last year. I don't know what the deal was, but I did get a ton of these little pumpkins. I also got a cinnamon broom. I wanted a broom so bad, and the cinnamon broom, it smells so great when you're going in and out of the house. I was like, sure, why not? So I just went with the cinnamon broom, and now I'm just arranging all of my pumpkins and accessories just in a way that I like, and I think when I get to the end, the way it turns out, I'm really happy with. I really hope to get some really cute pictures of Kim this year with the decor. I did have this little hay bale that I got at Walmart for, I think it was $3 or $4. And I'm just adding in a bunch of these little pumpkins randomly, like as I go along. I'm moving them around to see what fits better where. And I wound up using all of my pumpkins outside, and I don't really have any pumpkins inside, but this is how it turned out, and I'm really, really happy with it. Let me know in the comments if you like it too. It's a little less Halloween-y, a little more fall, but I did add in the skulls and some cauldrons, the witch's hat and broom. And of course, I have up here these Dollar Tree spider webs. And here is my bench and my front yard as you walk up to the house, which is a little bit more Halloween-y with those came from the Dollar Tree, those hands coming out. They actually do glow in the dark. Some of this was left over from last year. These tombstones were left over from last year, though I think this is going to be the last year I get to use them. And then this is what you see when you walk up, which I think is super cute, and hopefully a little bit of spook just for the kids. I don't even know if we're going to have trick-or-treaters this year. We'll see. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to have any trick-or-treaters. Or if you're expecting trick-or-treaters and where you live, because in San Diego, in California, our wonderful mayor, not sure we're going to have any. But then I moved on to the inside, and again, I pulled everything out that I wanted to use this year. This is not even half of what I have, but I didn't want to overdo it, so I only pulled out what I really thought I was going to use, and I didn't even get to use all of this. So I started by decorating under my TV. This is like one of the main focal points in my living room now. It used to be my fireplace. I still decorate my fireplace, but it is not the main focal point, just the way we have the furniture arranged now. The TV is kind of the main focal point. And then my coffee table. So I do decorate the coffee table with a tiered tray, which you'll see here in just a few minutes. But when you're decorating, I mean, you know, try to balance out. I do have a lot of black, so it was a little bit difficult to balance out. I tried to throw in of course, there's some oranges and some purples because black and purple are my primary colors for Halloween. But just try to balance things out as best you can. You don't want like something really tall on one side and nothing tall to balance it out on the other, and try to balance out your colors. But really, ultimately, no matter what, it's just what looks good to you. And that's what I find is that, you know, I have all of these like quote unquote rules for decorating, but when it comes down to it, it's like, what looks good to me, and do I appreciate it when I look over at it? Does it make me smile? And if it does, then you did your job well, I think. So now let's move on to my coffee table, which is where I'm going to be putting a tiered tray. And I do like that I used the galvanized tin tray because it really balanced out all of the black. And of course I do use some other colors, which you'll see by the time I'm done. I do use some fall colors in here to kind of help balance things out. But you know, there is a lot of, I mean, just inherently there's a lot of black in Halloween. So I do move things around a lot. I find that I put something somewhere and I don't like it there, and that's okay. I'm sure you're doing the same. And you know, I decorate and redecorate and redecorate, but that's just how things work out. So the galvanized tin, I really do think kind of helps balance everything out with all of the black. And then I will be using these skeletons that we made at the beginning. Of course, you saw that sign that I made with the black cat card and the pumpkin over there underneath of my TV. And then I will also be putting up that lazy DIY that I showed you with the 5x7 picture frame from Dollar Tree and the other Halloween card that I purchased from Dollar Tree. I like it. I know it was like simple and easy and kind of lazy, but I mean, it's a really cute piece and I really like it. So I don't know. Let me know. I think I told you at the beginning, go ahead and join the group. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm telling you at the end. Join the group and share pictures of your Halloween decor. I would love to see how yours turned out. And let me know if you think I should add some more color in my Halloween decor. I'm kind of thinking I should, but I like it the way it is too. So let me know in the comments below what you think.
Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me to decorate, especially for holidays like Halloween and Christmas. I love decorating for holidays. There's just so much magic in it. Let me know in the comments below how much you love decorating, especially for holidays. And I want to know what you're doing to decorate for Halloween. So join the group. I will put a link in the description below to join the Home Sweet Farmhouse group. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really is the best compliment you can give, and I love getting them from you. And if you haven't already, look right down there, that subscribe button. If it is red, go ahead and click it and turn it gray. When that happens, a bell will appear. Click the bell, select all notifications. That way YouTube can notify you every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for being here with me today on Home Sweet Farmhouse, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.